everybody, Julie Lancaster of Lancaster Consulting here, and I'm talking to you today about customer service. Now, I'm in a flat in London, England right now, and I don't know about you, but when I think about London, I think about people being a bit more proper than where I live in Arizona. And with that, I think can also come exemplary customer service. So each and every one of us is in the industry of customer service, whether we think of it in that way or not. There are internal customers as well as external customers, and I'll talk about those differences in just a moment, but I want each of you to think about, how do you feel your customer service is? Is it exemplary, is it poor, or is it somewhere in between? Now, I ask you to think about that because what they say is just 4% of customers actually express when they're dissatisfied. So there's a good chance that you don't know. There's a good chance that I don't know unless we get feedback or we strategic really work on having exemplary customer service. So the difference between external and internal is this. Internal are the folks that you work with. They're your colleagues, they're your bosses, they are your employees, and the external are, for me, for example, when I was an external customer to come on this trip, I was talking with airline representatives, tech folks, car rental companies, I was a patron of a coffee shop, of restaurants, you get the idea. And probably the same with each and every one of you is I had a customer service experience within each of those organizations. And what they say, some studies say that we gain a first impression of somebody within the first 10th of a second of meeting them. So I walked away within a 10th of a second or a bit more, having a feeling as to, wow, that person, and so therefore that entire organization has great customer service or anything lower than that. So I want us to talk about how we could increase the customer service that we are providing. Now, the great thing is that you as an individual can go to a customer service workshop, you can read a book, you can look online, and you can really work on your own. However, if you want to change a culture, perhaps your work environment, that's a little more challenging. So what I would encourage you to do is take these 6 kind of metrics back to your organization and have everybody rate themselves. Start with themselves instead of you rating one another or rating the organization as a whole, and figure out areas where they think they're doing well and where they could improve. So I'll share those 6 with you in just a moment. What we also know is that every organization has different metrics, so you could adapt these for yourselves, but customer service that's exemplary takes strategic training, like really meaning what are we trying to do in terms of our own unique customer service. It takes mentoring, it takes feedback, it takes retraining, it really takes talking about it as part of the culture. So the 6 metrics are these. Are you eager? 1. Are you eager and willing, right? That's just a general attitude that you feel it or not. Also, listening. Each of us have better listening on some days and better listening with certain people than with others. Also, are we fast? Are we solving the problem? Are we getting to what the person needs quickly? Also, are we developing a relationship? And you might say a relationship takes time, but sometimes you only have 20 seconds with a person, and a relationship can be developed by the tone of your voice, the way you make eye contact, all of those small things wrapped into your 20 seconds or less. Then 2 more things. Do you follow up? Even if that's just a quick check-in. You know, if you've gotten a call from a doctor, let's say, the day after you visited, so it can feel like, wow, they actually do care, they're following up. And the very last thing is flexibility. Do you have to stick by the rules and do the same thing every time? Or can you have some flexibility to meet the specific individual's needs? Now, if all of this feels like, yeah, it's a good idea, but I'm not so sure it's important, let me leave you with this. Did you know that they say doctors are more likely to be sued, not because of their level of lack of competence, meaning that there's some level of incompetence happening, but it's due to their likability. Now, when you think about that, that's pretty egregious, that's pretty big, right? And what we're going to translate likability into is customer service. Sometimes in the medical world we say bedside manner, but essentially we're talking about positive interaction with the customer. So good luck out there. We all know that some customers are easier, some customers are more difficult, but it matters every single time. They say that for every one negative interaction with a customer, it takes 12 interactions to make up for that, just to get back to baseline where it's positive. So let's all remember that even on our hardest days, it's going to be more time effective, let's say, to have a positive interaction every time. So good luck out there. Keep working hard. If you'd like to learn more or watch more, feel free to check out lancasterleadership.com, and take care. Thanks.